What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Shanghai Pete broadcast. I'm your host, the People's Champion, and your good buddy in the mix, trusted member of the media, Shanghai Pete. I hope you're all having a lovely week. We got some exciting things happening in the sick and sordid world of video games this week, and being that it's actually the rare and elusive good news, I'm excited to get into it. So without further ado, it's Deep Inside time. Just time for a quick recap of the week, which was largely dominated by some of the most reviled corpo parasites getting their proverbial shit pushed in, which we love to see. First up to get curb stomped was everyone's favorite worst company in America, the sinister and corpulent Electronic Arts, or EA Games. Seems they went just a little bit too far with their whole fuck around and take advantage of their customers' business model, and then rapidly found out. What did they do this time, you might be wondering? Well, starting with Apex Legends Season 22, Jesus. They tried splitting the previous single battle pass into two $10 passes instead, effectively doubling the cost. Needless to say, this was not met favorably by their customers, who responded by promptly review bombing the piss out of Apex Legends on Steam to the tune of about 70,000 give or take negative reviews. Ouch. As I've said before, review bombing is good and you should keep doing it because, as we can see here, enough of it can cause even the biggest corpos to reverse course, which is exactly what EA has done here. Point for consumers. Keep in mind though that despite their protestations to the contrary, they're not sorry that they fucked over their players in any way. They're sorry they got caught, and they have simply vowed to be more sneaky with it going forward, as you can see from the statement they released here.
You've spoken and we've listened. With the release of Season 22, we will restore the ability to get Premium Battle Pass for a mere 950 Apex coins. We recognize that we could have handled the Battle Pass changes better. That's on us. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it is on you. So expect more subversive attempts at ripping you off in the future from EA Games, but for now, Apex players can relax a little bit. Lastly this week, it is with a heavy heart that I must report that the long-awaited Stalker 2 has been delayed again, from September to November. Not a huge deal, but definitely a fucking bummer, especially for those of us who've been waiting years for this game. As long as it's a banger when it comes out, I'm sure it'll be worth it, but damn. Moving on, for our main story tonight, we've got a bunch of instances of successful collective labor action in the games industry, which is freaking awesome. As we've said before, collective labor action is one of the only tools at our disposal to actually bring about real change in favor of the working class, and it is absolutely fucking awesome to see it in this industry. Strangely though, I haven't seen a lot of coverage of this from other outlets beyond a few scattered blog posts. That's weird. I wonder why that is. Could it be because corpos want to suppress labor action and collective bargaining efforts wherever possible?
I think so.
First up, we've got the G's over at SAG-AFTRA telling the big game corpos that they aren't going to tolerate being fucked over in favor of cheap AI replacement. SAG-AFTRA, if you don't know, is the labor union that represents over 160,000 workers in the entertainment industries. Last September, SAG-AFTRA members approved the strike action if the union was unable to get terms it considered acceptable while negotiating the interactive media agreement, and it looks like the corpos were too damn cheap to give them what they wanted, so they told them to fuck off and said their strike will begin July 26th. Fucking awesome, you love to see it. SAG-AFTRA has released a few statements on the matter which read as follows. Although agreements have been reached on many issues important to SAG-AFTRA members, the employers refuse to plainly affirm in clear and enforceable language that they will protect all performers covered by this contract in their AI language. President Fran Drescher added, "We're not going to consent to a contract that allows companies to abuse AI to the detriment of our members. Enough is enough. When these companies get serious about offering an agreement our members can live and work with, we will be here ready to negotiate." Chief negotiator Duncan Crabtree, Ireland, said, "The video game industry generates billions of dollars in profit annually. The driving force behind that success is the creative people who design and create those games. That includes the SAG-AFTRA members who bring memorable and beloved game characters to life, and they deserve and demand the same fundamental protections as performers in film, television, streaming, and music. Fair compensation and the right of informed consent for the AI usage of their faces, voices, and bodies." Frankly, it's stunning that these video game studios haven't learned anything from the lessons of last year, that our members can and will stand up and demand fair and equitable treatment with respect to AI, and the public supports us in that. Hell yes we do. Go get them, guys. That's fucking awesome. Next, we have some shocking developments at none other than Blizzard. Imagine that. In the first wall-to-wall union at Activision Blizzard and the largest at any Microsoft studio, the World of Warcraft team has voted to unionize. Over 500 people have voted to join the Communication Workers of America, and even more shocking, Blizzard has opted to recognize them without any sorts of threats or coercion, which, if you're familiar with many of the recent union struggles in the news, is quite rare, especially when you consider Blizzard's history. Is the tide finally turning? Are corpos really going to start allowing their employees to bargain for better pay without a fight? I mean, it seems kind of insane, but that might be the route things are going. Dare to dream. Right, G's? In a quote to VGC, Eric Lanham, the test analyst and member of the World of Warcraft Game Makers Guild, said the following. What we've accomplished at World of Warcraft is just the beginning. My colleagues and I are embarking on a quest to secure better pay, benefits, and job security through a strong union contract. We know that when workers have a protected voice, it's a win-win for employee standards, the studio, and World of Warcraft fans looking for the best gaming experience. Through our union, we're ready to tank any obstacles, heal any wounds, and DPS through the challenges ahead. Together, we will ensure a full tier set bonus with the inclusion of all job titles in the same union. Yeah, cringy WoW speak aside, I think we can all agree that's awesome. In response, a spokesman for Microsoft did not say to Variety, hey, fuck those guys, we're going to continue to pay below minimum wage. Instead, they said, we continue to support our employees' right to choose how they're represented in the workplace and will engage in good faith negotiations with the CWA as we work towards a collective bargaining agreement. Shit, well, fuck me, that actually sounds like good news. Solidarity with these guys and big rats to them, this is fantastic. Finally tonight, in a rare Bethesda is not the worst dev on the planet segment, it turns out that the Blizzard guys were actually following in the footsteps of Bethesda Game Studios, who just last week became the first Microsoft studio to fully unionize. Let's check out the article. It says here, the union was formed after 241 developers, including artists, engineers, programmers, and designers, signed a union authorization card or indicated that they wanted union representation via an online portal. Microsoft has recognized the union. We, a majority of developers at Bethesda Game Studios, Dallas, Rockville, and Austin, are ecstatic to announce the formation of our union with CWA, the Bethesda union wrote on Twitter. Together, as one BGS USA, we advocate for the betterment of every developer at BGS, setting the new standard for our industry. As a democratic organization, we seek to empower the collective wishes of our studio's workers, having a safe, sustainable, and equitable work environment for all. Having a proper seat at the discussion table allows us to turn those wishes into reality. Joining in solidarity with our fellow members at ZeniMax Workers, 1BGS MTL, and all of CWA Union, we push for increased job security, compensation transparency, and flexibility to continue creating the games we love. As we work towards our first contract with Microsoft, we hope you'll join us in voicing your support as we serve as an example for all into the next era of game development. Now, I'm sure I'm not the only one who reads all these overly positive sounding statements as, well, sort of inherently suspicious. Maybe it's my fault for being too cynical. That certainly wouldn't be a first for me, but some of this just seems too good to be true, especially if you're familiar with how hard a lot of companies like these usually fight against unions. I hope it is all true, though. I hope this works out for all these industry employees. Collective labor action is quite literally the most effective way that you can wield your bargaining power in the workplace, and the best way that you can help yourself and your fellow working class Gs get the money, resources, benefits, and treatment that you, the people who truly move the industry and the entire economy at large, deserve. This is a good fucking start. Let's keep it up.
Woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out, Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm back down. Back down, what? Yup, woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out, Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm